Just want to talk about life. I had to change the hours because I go to work different hours now. But let's talk about life. We had some crazy fights this weekend. The DoubleTree Hotel in Ontario, and we had a sad incident. We'll talk about that right now. And then we had fights yesterday in Long Beach. So tell some people to get on, guys. Let's go, man. Life East Side. What's up, homie? ¿Qué hubo, homie? Tell your friends to jump on. Ray, Bandas. What's up, big homie? What's up, Ray? So, hey, guys. I don't know if you heard about the fighter in Ontario. Unfortunately, he's in a coma. Unfortunately, the word is today, and this is me saying it, not the state. The word is he's not going to make it. So I always asking for super chats for my podcast, but my wife said that we're going to...
So today we're going to do something different, you guys. So you guys know that... Let's get on this side.
So today...
Hi, how is everybody doing? Ray and I had lunch today, and we were discussing the fight with Eddie Valencia Mercado. Did you tell them about him?
Yeah,
tell them about the fight. Yeah, tell them about the fight. What happened?
So on the DoubleTree Hotel Friday, Eddie Valencia, 130 weight from Sinaloa, Mexico, came in, and it was a pretty average fight, you know, and the fighter did nothing wrong, and he got dropped. Eddie got dropped in, I think it was the 5th round. Nothing drastic. Landed on his butt and jumped right back up. After that round ended, he went to the corner, and I noticed he went. I wasn't refereeing. He went like this.
With his gloves on.
Yeah, with his gloves on. And Ray, the referee, did an excellent job. Went over there, seen what's up, and Ray waved it off, which was the right thing.
So just quick background. You guys know I'm a nurse. Whenever someone complains in the hospital that they have a pounding headache, and there's symptoms that show that there's a brain of a possible bleed in this instance. This is something that California is really good about. The California referees receive a lot of education on brain injuries. And this is why I tell you guys that I'm very fearful of my kids fighting in other states, because other states don't give their referees as much training as California does. But in California, they know the symptoms to look out for when there could be a possible brain injury during a fight. So the referee, Ray, did a great job. He ended up recognizing the symptoms, and he went ahead and he called the fight. In doing so, the fighter ended up getting transported by ambulance. And
real quick, mind you, it was mind you, they right away the doctors told the inspector, we're going to transport him. Mm-hmm. So it was like 6 minutes from him holding his head, right? Them stopping the fight, Ray stopping the fight, about 6 minutes, and they took him in the ambulance.
So he got to the hospital, and long story short, he was in an induced coma. And the last word that we heard, or that I heard from Ray, was that he is now brain dead. So this boxer is a boxer that came from Sinaloa. So like any other boxer, they come and they all have one thing in mind, is they want to be a champion. And I tell you guys, my son is a boxer, and whenever I see any fighter inside of the ring, my thoughts are always the thoughts of the mother and the safety, as you know, what the referees do, their safety. But I always think of the mom's perspective on the whole fight. So, you know, watching them get hit, it's not easy. It's not easy at all, let me tell you guys. Second of all, their safety. And this is, again, I give so much props to California referees, because I will trust my kid into any one of their hands, because I know that it will be, one, they'll be fair, and two, they are going to be safe. So with that being said, I discussed it with Ray, because again, this case is heavy to my heart, because you know how Ray always says that he'd rather have the mom be mad at you today instead of the fighter's mom being mad at him tomorrow. And what he means by that, by stopping the fight early when needed. But we all know Ray never has been accused of stopping the fight early. He gives the fighters their chance. But once they stop showing him or giving him anything, because you guys will always hear Ray saying, "You got to show me something, brother. You got to show me." I've heard it several times. When they're getting beat, getting hit, whatever, he always tells them, "Hey, you got to show me something, or I'm gonna stop the fight." But long story short is this is it's hit home. And with that being said, today's super chats, we're gonna go ahead and donate them to the family. So right now the state is involved, California State Athletic Commission, and what they're trying to do is they're trying to expedite the visas for the family. They're gonna hold this fighter on life support until the family comes over. So with that being said, any super chats that get sent today, they're gonna be donated, and we're not taking 5%. I thought about doing a what is that called? What is that called, Cynthia? When you put them on Facebook, when you a what? She's not listening. We're not gonna put them on any media where they take a cut of it. We're not gonna take no cut of it. Anything that you donate today on super chats will go directly to the family of the fighter once they arrive over. So again, they're gonna hold this kid on life support until the family arrives over. And they're from Mexico. I don't know what the status is, what type of lifestyle they live, but I'm sure that they're gonna be in some type of financial need once they arrive. So with that being said, all of today's super chat.
You're saying that YouTube taxes
everything?
It's all right. I'll pay the taxes.
We'll pay the taxes. You know what? To us, we're Christians and we bear one another burdens and one another brothers' burdens. And I feel like me as a mom, again, if we can do just our part, if everyone can do a little bit, and just even just to take that stress financially off of them. They're going to be going through something so hard right now, so difficult to see come and arrive, and your son left talking, smiling, with high hopes, trained for so long to win this fight, and now to know that he's losing his life to it.
And as far as I know, transporting a body back to another country, that's real expensive in itself. Mm-hmm. And you know what, real quick, guys, this is Ray Corona talking. I'm not talking for the state, so this is Ray Corona. I'm responsible for what I say. They kept that boxer in the ambulance, 50 minutes. I don't know why they did that. And even our doctor's like, you need to transport him. And you know what? I'm not saying that's the reason he passed, but I know every minute counts. Every minute counts.
We don't know the story behind that. We don't know what the what the reason was for, and we don't even honestly know how long it was that he was kept in the ambulance. But with that being said, and what his point is trying to make, the point he's trying to make is that every minute counts. And that's all we're saying about that, is that every minute counts. And again, we're lifting him up in prayer. And if the story touches any of you guys as boxing fans, if it touches your hearts as a boxing fan, then you know what, we're reaching out to you guys, and we ask that you guys send some donations, because all the funds from this weekend we're gonna donate them to him, to the family. I just feel like we owe them that much. They came, gave an entertaining fight, and we can give back.
They're trying to see if he had
insurance. They were trying to see if he had insurance. Oh, is that what it was? Is that what was taking the time? Okay, well, there's a reason there. We're not trying to give anybody fault. All that we're saying in a situation like this, I'm so glad that California referees, California doctors, the athletic commission, we're so glad that they did their part, and that they expedited and that they worked as fast as they did when they saw the symptoms of what it turned out to be, a brain bleed.
But our commissioner, Peter Villegas, he's really pushing for the family to get over here as soon as possible.
They're trying to expedite the visas for them to come over so that they can see their son.
And that's pretty much to say that the commission just doesn't, we don't care. It's not our problem. No, they actually went to the hospital today to sit with them for a while, and Mr. Villegas, who is a politician, is gonna really push to get the parents over here ASAP. And that shows a lot of compassion. That again, we don't just hey, you fought, that's your problem. No, they're pushing to get the parents over here because they need a visa. So.
And one of the other things that I just like, it's just one of the things that I always tell my patients' families whenever, one of their family members gets put on comfort care.
Thank you.
Funk your love. Thank you so much for fighting the good fight. Thank you. We appreciate that. There you go.
Leader,
follow the leader. There's another $9.99 right there. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate that. So let me just tell you guys something. So when a patient is put on comfort care, or what we always tell the family is to continue talking to the patient. I would put, if I took care of the patient that night and the family wasn't there, I would go ahead and I would put my worship music on if it was okay with the family. Because again, you still have to ask permission of the family, because I don't want to impose my faith on someone else. You want to know about it, I'll definitely tell you about it. But again, I would ask for permission and I would put worship music on in the room throughout the evening. But the last thing to go, we know it's been scientifically proven that the last sense to go before a person passes is their hearing. So, that's just always something to think about. If you ever, God forbid, you ever get put in that situation where your loved one is on life support, talk to them, because they will still hear you.
Thank you, Mija.
Oh, Mija. All right, Melinda. Thank you, Melinda. Thanks, babe. Love you, Mija. I miss you so much. With that being said, is you guys, let's pray. If you're not going to donate, you guys can pray for their family. That's all we're asking, is give to these families, even if it's words of encouragement, some prayer. God hears all things. And, I don't, as a Christian, God allows things to happen for a reason. And, his thinking is greater than mine, because a lot of times I don't understand why he trusts me so much. But with that being said, just, let's just keep this kid in, the family, keep the family in prayer.
And I wanna speak on what my wife was saying about the hearing. This is probably like 10 years ago. My older brother was murdered. Thank you, Gilbert.
Thank you, Gilbert Gonzalez. That's another $20. Thank you so much.
My brother, Junior Victor, some of you guys know him as Dopey from Bassett. He was murdered. But prior to him, he got his head caved in. He was in a coma for 1 year. He couldn't move, he couldn't talk, but within that year, he opened his left eye, and you could clearly see he could understand you. He just couldn't move, he couldn't talk. And we'd go every week. Mostly my brother Willie would go to shave him.
Thank you guys so much. We appreciate that.
And they called us up and they said, Willie called me up, my brother, and he said, hey, man.
Thank you guys. Love you guys. Love you, Mija.
He's got a fever.
Love you so much. I miss you more than you know.
He's got a fever, and you need to come. It's not looking good. So me and my brother Willie went, and my brother Willie wasn't serving God at this time, and I was. Not as good as I wanted to, but I was, and I just told him, Junior, I'm going to pray. I just straight out told him, Junior, I'm going to pray that God takes you home, because I hate seeing you suffer, and it's a trip. As God is my way, he teared up in his left eye. And you know what? I'm not lying. He passed away that night. So you know what? What my wife said, that they don't lose their hearing. My brother Junior was a perfect example. But thank you, Gilbert Gonzalez.
Thank you, Gilbert.
Please send him in.
We appreciate that.
I'll pay the taxes, but anything that's given, I'll give it over to.
We're also going to be sending in some donations of our own as well. But that was just put on my heart today, and I just feel like, you know what? It's the least that we can do. But thank you guys so much. Even if it's $1, like that will all add up. Like I always tell my kids when they're saving money, you count your pennies and the dollars will start counting themselves. They'll add up. So thank you guys so much. I mean, this will provide dinner for we don't know how many family members.
You know what? Screw that dollar, eh? You better send in more, man.
Stop it.
But you know what? Let's try to change it over. We'll talk about that. I'm gonna leave.
Positive.
I gotta leave for work in 30 minutes, but
So about that. Tell them about how Sunday just didn't work out for us. None of it did.
I had to start a new bid at my job, and the first day is I started at 5 p.m. At truck driving, and my Sundays, me and my wife are always together, and I feel ugly. I got to go to work,
So
and I was obviously doing it at 7 p.m. Now I'm over here 3:30, you know. So God willing, in January,
He was doing the podcast at 7
Yeah.
p.m.
God willing, in January, I could change bid, and I'll just have to go to days. And
Yeah, we're gonna go back, and the reason it was numerous reasons, but two of the main reasons was one, because we always give Sunday to God and family, and two, this podcast has become part of our family. So with that being said, we were like struggling with what other day other than Sunday would be convenient for the podcast. And we tried working like doing like short clips throughout the week, and nothing worked like, and for us it also worked on Sunday night. So with that being said, and give us a couple of weeks, Ray's already working on it, and we'll continue doing the Sunday nights at 7 p.m. the podcast. So again, we ask, keep that in prayer, that something opens up at work. Ray has enough seniority at work where as soon as the next bid opens, which they open up often, he'll end up going back to his regular schedule.
with that said, guys, you heard about UPS might go on strike.
Yeah.
And I'm a big Teamster guy, and they're fighting not necessarily for the drivers. The drivers get $42 an hour plus overtime, $13 to the pension. They're fighting for the part-timers, which says a lot about the Teamsters. They're not just worried about the big guy, they're taking care of the little guy.
That's right.
And unfortunately, on another note, Yellow Freight might shut their doors tomorrow. I used to work for Consolidated Freightway back in the day. We actually worked overtime.
Remember that story.
And you know what? They closed the doors.
So
So
how they
I
close-
wanna tell you guys from Yellow, I know it's hard. I've been there, so I could say I've been there, but it's not the end of the world. Come to T-Force, go to UPS if they don't go on strike, and you'll get hired, bro. You'll get hired.
The good thing about the Teamsters is that they try to hire within, right?
Yes, they hire within first, and they will, you know. So you guys from Yellow, I know it's hard. You guys have been going through struggles for years now, but it's not the end of the world, and don't make it the end of the world. And you know what? This is where I want to talk about our faith. God says when we face trials, not if we face trials, it's
when.
when. So it's gonna happen. So you gotta let this break you or make you. Again, you can ask God, why are you allowing me to go through this? And I'm not being judgmental, but part of it might be you got yourself in it. Part of it, like, you know what, God is just testing your faith. It's like sparring, guys. You can't just keep sparring easy guys. You got to go in there and spar harder guys so you can get your game up. Life is like a sparring match. Believe me, I'm married.
Whatever.
So-
with that being said, let me give you guys some words of encouragement. In the Bible, it talks about how God is not going to give you anything that you cannot handle. And I just said that a little while ago. Like, sometimes I feel like God trusts me way too much, and to get back at you, I'm married, so he tests my faith a lot there. But with that, not funny now.
But it's a trip. My wife prayed for a good man, a handsome man, and she lucked out, bro. So send in those super chats, though, guys, so we can donate this. There's always a way out. Just don't give up.
That's
We
right.
have a will.
We
That's right.
We have a will. That's right. Where there's a will, there's a way. That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
But you're gonna have trials in life. I always tell my kids, what defines a good day? The bad days. What defines the bad days? The good days.
Yeah.
And you know what? If we had perfect days, we'd be like robots, and it'd actually probably be boring.
Yeah.
It'd probably be boring. There's this one thing, I think it was Outer Limits, and you guys are young, but Outer Limits or Twilight Zone, it shows this gambler. It shows as a program starts, he's gambling and he loses. He gets all mad, goes to the pool table, he loses the game. Goes to the bar, tries to pick up on some girl, they just laugh at him. While he's walking out, he bumps into a dude, and the dude socks him up. He goes to his room and he says, man, I'm tired of this. I can't win anything. I hate this life. So it shows him going to sleep. When he wakes up, some guy looking like a butler said, hey, welcome. What do you want? He goes, well, I want to win, man. So he goes to the gambling thing. Every hand he wins. He's like, yeah. Goes to the pool table. He hits the first ball, and all the balls go in there. He's like, this is all right. Goes to the bar and picks up on 3 girls. Obviously takes them home. Comes outside and gets in a fight with some big boxer and beats him up. And then he starts saying, man, there's no fun in this, man. I'm constantly winning. There's no fun. He goes, if I knew heaven was like this, I wouldn't even want to come here. And the butler
not heaven.
Wait up, love. The butler turns around and laughs, says, who said this was heaven? And that's what I'm saying. If you guys think you want a perfect life, that's what it'll be. Boring.
Oh, I see the point now. Okay.
And that's why it was Twilight
Yeah.
Zone. He laughed. He goes, "Who said this was heaven?" So you know what? When you have bad days, it's gonna hurt. You're gonna get mad.
Yeah.
Ask God, what are you
Yeah.
trying to show me? What are you trying to teach me? You know what I mean? Get on your knees, pray, and you know what?
And you know
The
what?
good times will come.
And count it all joy, brother. Even when you're going through struggles, even when you're going through something rough, you know what? I always look at when I'm going through something heavy, I always try to reach out to someone else who's going through something, and I get my eyes off of my own issues and I try to help someone else out with whatever they're struggling with, because one, it gets me off of what I'm going through, and two, it just makes me what I'm going through doesn't always seem so heavy after all, because I see that my cross isn't as heavy as somebody else's.
And there's a comment here by Troblero.
The richest people are the saddest. That's, you know what? I totally agree with you. Like, me and Ray were talking about this the other day, and not to say we're rich, because we're not. We're still living in the San Bernardino County. Do you know what I mean? But there was a time where Ray and I didn't even have 2 nickels to rub together. But I will tell you something. During that time, I don't remember us ever not being happy, huh? We had just started dating. We had just gotten married. So, everything was all fun and games at that time, huh?
But what it is, it's not money that makes you happy.
Yeah.
It's your walk with God, guys.
Yeah.
And this is why I say you gotta, it's a relationship. It's not so much being a Christian
right.
or Catholic, it's a relationship, you know?
It's waking up and choices you're going to make when you wake up, Are you going to wake up and let somebody ruin your day, or are you going to choose to be happy regardless of what's going to come at you?
And Gilbert Gonzalez said, when everything is going perfect, something is wrong.
You know what? I truly believe that. I always, you know what? I feel like I even say, is it a sin, Lord, that I even think like that sometimes? Because I'll be going through my day and I was like, man, today's a good day. Like, I got the parking.
But with that said, when
Best
when you're having those good days, give God the glory.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's when you pray up, because when the things are going bad, that's when you have to turn and say, all right, God, I remember last week everything was good and I was happy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get through this today.
That's right. That's right.
When
No dollars are rubbing left and right. Hopefully.
So send in those super chats, guys. We're gonna send them.
My palms are itching, so keep that money coming, right?
Send in those super chats, guys, and we'll donate it, all of it.
We will. But again, you guys, the most important thing is let's keep this family in prayer. It sucks when you want to do something and then for you not to be able to do it because something like minute, like a visa, having to wait on that. And I already know that that's a long process to begin with. So hopefully somebody can intervene somewhere. God will intervene. And you know what? This visa will miraculously go through and with quickness. And we'll be able to, they will be able to get the family over, and the family will be able to say their goodbyes to their son, to their brother, to their, just somebody, hopefully God does whatever needs to be done to get that expedited.
Yeah, so again, guys, send in those super chats, and we're going to donate them all. And did any of you guys go to church today? I received my 3rd Man in the Ring shirt. Gracias, I'll be wearing it this Saturday on Fight Night.
So with that being said, just really quick, did you tell them that we got the slingshot style? We also got women's shirts.
Thank you, Duke of Earl. Thank you, homie.
We were getting a lot of requests in for muscle shirts, and I wanted to make sure that my daughters all had girls a shirt from their dad.
Well, she got
Third
muscle
Man in the
shirts
Ring.
because of me, you know what I mean? So
so just to let you guys know, we have the muscle shirts are out now. It's the tank top for the guys, and we also have them for the women. We haven't received them in. We just put our order in this past week, but just let us know if you guys are interested, and we'll go ahead and post them as soon as they come in.
Gilbert, we are vessels that can sustain any storm.
That's right. Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
I mean, I have a friend. He's a good friend. He's stage 4 cancer. And you know what? He always told me, even before that, I don't believe in God. And, I tease him. I go, well, rub your rabbit's foot. And you know what? If you're listening, Mike, don't be prideful, homie. You know what I mean? God is real, brother. With everything happening in the world today and this Bible that was written over 2,000 years ago and it's happening word for word, how do you explain that? And then I want to say to you, Mike, I got love for you, got respect for you. But if you're right and I'm wrong,
Then
I just
you'll
turn
just turn
into
into dust or a bird, right?
I'll just turn into
Or I don't know, a
to
rainbow.
worm food.
A rainbow.
But if you're wrong and I'm right, where are you gonna go, bro? And that's why I say, read your Bible. You know what? That's what they say, walk by faith, not by sight. You're not always gonna feel God's presence. You're not, you know, but that's where faith comes in. You know what I mean?
And you know, we're
at
asking you guys
church
to
this
do your
morning.
homework. Like, we have so many friends of stories that they say, like, you
Valley
know,
of the Sons.
what was it?
Was was at church this morning. That's
Okay,
awesome,
good
bro.
for you. That's awesome.
Yeah, you got to get, you know, and you guys that say that, oh, I don't want to go to church, I don't like going to church. It's like, don't call yourself a boxer if you don't go to the boxing gym.
Yeah.
Don't call yourself a weightlifter if you don't lift weights. Don't call yourself a mom if you don't have kids. Why would you call yourself a God-believing person if you don't go to church?
It's very helpful to go to church and
Iron
to
sharpens
fellowship.
iron,
That's
you know what I
right, and
mean?
to fellowship with other believers, because, again, like, you know, like, for instance, for me, like, if I have an issue, let's just say I'm going through something with Ray and I have an issue, it's like, I know who I'm gonna go talk to. I'm not gonna go
Me?
talk to my friend. And I don't ever talk about you.
Having
babe.
issues with me?
I don't ever talk about you. Am I gonna go talk about my issues in my marriage with my friend who isn't married? She's divorced 3 times and she's clubbing right now with a boyfriend that wasn't last month's boyfriend. Or am I gonna go talk to my sister in Christ who I know will give me godly advice and loves me enough to tell me when I'm wrong? My friend Rena, that's who I'm gonna go to.
When is she going to tell you?
When is she gonna tell me? She's been telling me that you've been wrong.
There you go.
They're right back at you. See what you say.
Homie, that's right,
Hey,
homie.
another verse, huh? Love is long suffering.
That's right, man. So, yeah, guys, Brendan, send in those super chats. I'm going to be donating them. I got to leave in 20 minutes. But send in those super chats, and I'm going to give my own donation plus whatever you guys
Yeah, that's right.
send in. And, you know what I mean? Let's keep the family in prayer. You know what? Let's even keep the other fighter in prayer.
Oh, what about your fighter, babe?
But the fighter that hit him, it wasn't with ill intentions. It's part of the game. But remember, boxing's a brutal sport.
Yeah.
If you look at it and you think about it, the sole purpose is to hurt the other opponent. And unfortunately, it went that extra mile.
Not hurt, beat.
No.
Like win. Not beat either. That sounds.
But everybody has their own definitions. But that's what they're basically trying to do in professional boxing. Amateurs, you're trying to get points. In pros, that's why I say it's different. You're trying to
get a win.
Trying to win and
Trying to
knock
get a
him out.
win.
You know, and I know he's a good kid that fought him, and he, don't blame him. Gabriel Rosales was never the same
Gabriel
after that.
Ruelas was never
I
the
remember
same
that one.
after Jim Garcia fight.
Yes, I remember that, So,
Yeah.
this is why I tell my son, who's a professional fighter, he's 11 wins, 10 wins, 1 loss, 2 draws, 3 knockouts. And his career's on the upswing. But I always tell him, when Ben Lear tells you it's over, it's over. Don't try to fight anymore, And some of these fighters fight too long and they become punchy,
Even throughout the years, like, we've gone to several like events where they've had dinners where they've given like Hall of Fame awards to like retired fighters, and we're talking like the guys come back to speak and they're super old, and you see the results of all the boxing that they did throughout the years, of all the receiving all of those punches and so on. And you might not see it then, but it catches up to you, and to me,
Thank you,
like,
Duke.
it breaks
Thank
my
you, Duke.
heart. $20. Thank you so much, Duke. We appreciate that. Duke of Earl sent $20 in. Thank you so much.
So I got 20 minutes, guys. Send in
Ollie,
those...
perfect example.
Who?
Ollie.
What about him?
Issues
Oh,
that he
Ali.
had. Yeah, the issues that he had.
And supposedly Ali had some form of dementia. So that didn't help on top of all the punches he took, Yeah, but thank you guys. Look, Duke of Rose sent us a donation for the fighter.
$20.
Watsonville,
Thank you.
what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Thank you very much. And then we have Weston Wells that also sent in another $20. Thank you, Weston Wells, for sending in that money. Get your workout in today, homies and homegirls. Uh-oh. Are you telling me that I'm fat? This is why I don't get on. No, no. Okay, we will.
I don't know what he means.
I don't know what he means by that either, but I hope that's not what he means. Make
Yeah,
me
so-
cry. But with that being said, again, we thank you guys. Thank you guys for your guys' support to Third Man in the Ring. And you know what? Hopefully we get back onto our regular schedule soon. But until then, we thank you guys for everything.
Well, my other special announcement is, my birthday's Wednesday. Big 60,
Special-
man. Big
special
60.
announcements. It was 60, big guy.
Big 60 years old, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what? Back in the day when I was living in the world, I never thought I'd make 50, let alone 60,
Mm-hmm.
But God's been good. And, but again, guys, your channel's going to blow up. Keep it going.
Aw,
Thank you.
From your mouth to God's ears. Your channels.
You know what? Again, guys, I want to be the Chicano Joe Rogan. I want to talk about everything, anything, marriages with my wife, politics. I got Emilio Rivera, the actor, but because of the strike, it got delayed. So just about anything and everything, boxing, MMA.
Oh, okay. Funky. Okay, I get it. He's telling everybody to work out. Okay, phew. Thank God. This would have been the last time you would have saw me on here. I don't do social media, guys. Like, I don't do Facebook. I don't do Instagram. This is all Ray's deal. So when he has issues on here, I'm the last person to ask for help because I don't know how to run those social media pages.
Victor Tover, salute us from Oregon. What's up, brother Victor? How you doing?
Oregon.
So
Okay.
send in those super chats, guys. We're gonna donate it to the fighter, his family.
Gilbert Gonzalez is gonna be 50 on Tuesday. So that's the 25th. So happy birthday. Shout out to Gilbert Gonzalez.
You're a
happy
youngster,
50th birthday.
You're a youngster, Holmes.
You know what? Me and my sister and I were talking yesterday, and I was telling her that Ray was gonna be 60 years old, and I don't even realize it because he's running. He's probably in better health than me. He goes to the gym every day. He wakes up super early, and he's always going. Like he's always on 10. So we have this rule in the house: when I wake up, Ray will come at me. Ray's already been up for like 5 hours because he wakes up at what time? Baby, wake up at like at 3:34. And me, I don't wake up till like 4 or 5 hours later. So in between those hours where he's awake and nobody to talk to, I come out into the living room and he blows my head up like and starts telling me like all these things. So the rule in our house is you can tell me all you want, but let me have my coffee. So what our tradition is in the morning, he hears me getting out of bed, right away he turns on the coffee. So when I come out, my coffee's already there waiting for me. And you could tell me whatever you want after that. What are you gonna do?
I gotta get my stuff ready for work.
So Ray's turning 60. So let me tell you guys about that. Everybody knows Ray and I have a 10 plus age year difference, and I gotta tell you guys, like, I'm so proud of all of Ray's accomplishments. So I was thinking, like, what can we do, like something to just for us to hear more about Ray. Ray's always interviewing so many other fighters. He has so many other guests. But what we're gonna do in a couple of weeks, we're trying to set it up right now, or I'm trying to set it up without him. Well, he's here now, but we're gonna interview Ray. So not we, but I'm gonna be interviewing Ray. So it's gonna be a 101. It's gonna be barbershop talk, but we're gonna talk a lot about just Ray, his past, where he came from, how his boxing career started. We might even talk about how we met, but mostly it's gonna be his boxing career, his past. What does he see in his future? So, I look forward to that. I'll be honest with you guys. I'm really looking forward to that because you see Ray in the street and, you have a different perception. You see him for his face value, but when you get to know the guy, that's when you really start. I tell him he's like an ogre. You guys know Shrek? He's like an ogre. Like he has layers. He's like an onion. Like an onion. He has layers. So you pull those layers, and Ray really is like a big teddy bear. Like, he's all about family. He's all about boxing. He's all about going to church, being a man of God, being a papa, being the best papa to his grandkids, So we all love that about him. And you know what? And now you guys are part of that family. He's always all about Third Man in the Ring too. anytime we go anywhere, it's like our conversations are like, oh babe, what do you think we should do about third man in the ring? And whenever something happens at a fight, and I'm like, babe, you gotta talk about that at the podcast. Like, we gotta bring that up.
Hey guys, send in those super chats, man. I'll be getting off in 15 minutes. 'Cause I gotta go to work, but we're gonna get on again next week and maybe even during the week, you know. But anything that you guys send in, I'm gonna add to it my own to the family of God, I forget his name already, but Pobrecito, you know.
Eddie Valencia Mercado.
Yes.
Eddie,
And,
it's EDY. So if you guys wanna Google his name, it's Eddie, and Eddie is spelled EDY Valencia Mercado.
yes, and unfortunately he's not gonna make it, and they're trying to get his parents over here, and you know, just to transport him back, it's gonna cost a lot. You know what I mean? So yeah, send in those super chats, guys.
Ray's getting ready for work, you guys. He's literally working on getting into his work clothes. So we're going to let you guys go. But again, it's always fun when I'm on here with Ray. And again, we appreciate all of you guys. So until we see each other next time, also keep us in prayer too, that Ray gets this, his schedule together so that we can again continue to spend our Sunday nights with you guys. Okay.
All right, guys. God bless.
See you guys.